Hello everyone, welcome to a Let's Fail, or I Fail game of Dear Esther. Dear Esther, I'm not saying that right, am I? Oh, whatever. I don't know how interesting this will be because it's basically a game which is entirely story-driven. There are no monsters, there are possibly scares, but there is no way to die. So, the lack of dying may not interest most people. Look at those waves. Those are pretty waves. But I'm just going to play through and see how it goes. And let's begin. Yes, let's play this chapter.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Well, that's very poetic of you. Wow, look at that skybox. So pretty. God rays. Oh, that looks like the obvious place I should be going to. Or there. That lighthouse. But let's go into water instead. Whee! Going for a swim! Going for a swim. Going for... Whoa! What was that? I said there was no way to die, but I guess there might be if I go too deep in the water. Okay, let's get away from the water. Let's go into this abandoned lighthouse here. Because why not? Ooh, boats. Hello? Ah, that was nothing. Boat. Can I? No, I can't jump. I can't even jump. I can just walk around. That's all I can do. Can I run? No. Can I shoot? I can zoom in by pressing the left mouse button. Well, that didn't... Whoa! Flashlight. Toilet. It's full of poo. Poo. Or rust. One of the two. Did someone poo in here too? Poo-poo. Lots of poo. Poo everywhere. This is amazingly detailed. And dirty. Amazingly detailed and... Ooh, what's this? Some kind of magazine? What did the person who lived here enjoy reading? Can't tell. That tea kettle is not casting any shadows. That's weird. What-oh? A little bit of shadows here and there. Can't get in there. Ooh! A chemical equation. Now, what do you represent, I wonder? Because everything in Dear Esther represents something, because it's a deep, meaningful narrative filled with symbolism and embolism. It probably causes embolisms if you try to analyze it. I don't know. So what do you represent? Hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. I knew that one. I guess you might represent an explosion at a Cardiff factory. Cardiff factory? What's a Cardiff factory? A factory that creates Cardiffs. That's crazy. Cardiff factory? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. I guess I'm not going up there. Oh. Shame, I would have liked the view of the island from up there. So, basically I just came in here for absolutely no reason whatsoever. There was nothing in here. Nothing in here. Paint cans! That do nothing. That water is really, really pretty. I mean... It's pretty in a subtle way. I mean, normally I like staring at water in games anyway because I'm weird. But just look at those gently rolling waves, the way they softly crash against the rocks there. So pretty. God rays are pretty. Everything is pretty. And here we are in some place dirty. But still pretty, because it's like superly detailed, like dirty. Paint cans, paint cans, paint cans. Well, I guess somebody was planning to do some renovations around here until this place got abandoned for some reason. Ooh. Can I use that? Nope, I can just zoom in. I can't use anything at all. Or maybe I can. Okay, so which way am I going? Up or down? Let's go down. Just walking around, trying to find out where I'm going. Maybe this was a bad idea. There's nothing down here. It's just like more water. I like water, but there's nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. Rocks. Do you find rocks interesting? I think rocks are cool. Look at that one. That one has moss on it. Moss is cool. But we just keep walking. Maybe I should take in the high road. Could have seen more stuff up there. Oh well, I've made my decision. I'm going to low road. Going to low road. Who knows where I'll end up on low road. Still see that lighthouse in the distance. Or is it a communications tower? I don't actually know. Is it set in the Half-Life universe? Maybe there's Combine around here. Hello, Combine? Hello? Come get me. I'm delicious and moist and human. Maybe I'm not even human. I can't even see my own feet. Humans can see their own feet, but I can't, so therefore I might not be human. Who knows? Let's go in the water some more. I'm going for a swim. Yay! And I'm seeing... What am I seeing? Not a clue.
Come back.
I'm trying. Oh. Well, that was weird and creepy. Hey, and I'm next to some crab traps, I think, or lobster traps, some kind of fishing traps. They put this in the water and things crawl into it that are stupid, and you eat it, and they're delicious. I love things that are delicious, but apparently I can't eat here because I'm not human. I have no feet. No feet. No feet.
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
I don't see any turbines. They might be on top of the hill. Or maybe they could have been on top of these. On top of these rocks. These are really big rocks. It's a good thing I like rocks, because otherwise I'd be offended if I didn't like rocks. Because, you know, they're so big. You know, I'd be going, oh my god, I hate rocks so much! They're so big! God, it's like they made this game just to piss me off because of, you know, huge rocks. Huge, disturbingly shaped rocks. Look at that. It makes you think of, like, an old woman
Dear
hunched
Esther,
over.
I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Am I the person writing those letters to Esther? Or am I Esther herself? Reading this out loud, well, thinking, I don't know. I don't know how that works. And it's a dead end? I don't know. Should I keep going? Is there a way to keep going in this direction? Doesn't look like it. Well, this was useless. Gotta get up there. So, I guess you're my bones. Rocks, you are my bones. You're big rocks. I have very big bones. I must be fat then. You know? I try to say I'm fat. You know, big rocks, big bones. That rock looks identical to this rock. Well, that's just lazy. Lazy, hazy, not going this way. It will probably drown. Oh. I'm blind? Didn't see this before. What's this? What is this place that is filled with... I can't sing that song right at all. I'm dumb. Fluttershy, the best pony. Anyway. No idea what that is. Slightly creepy. Symbols in the sand. Symbols in the sand. That would have been buried under the, well, buried underwater. That would have been underwater in high tide. This can't be high tide, because it's, well... Yeah, so... whoever put this here must still be here. Or it's really, really, really deep furrows, which I highly doubt. No idea what that means, though. No idea. Oh, I guess we're walking all the way back to the stairs. Or back up to the top, since there's nothing on this side. Here, amongst the rocks, amongst my bones, where I lay myself to sleep. I don't know if I lay myself to sleep. But at least there's stairs over here, so up I go. Ooh. The foliage just gently swaying in the breeze. Walking, walking, walking. Gotta keep on walking. Walk high. Da, da, da. Okay, well. I guess they really want me to go towards the tower. Well, here I go then. No, I'm sure that just goes back to the other path that I avoided before. Not a very safe
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
Oh, that has vague, like, Cthulhu mythos connotations or references. Or it feels like Cthulhu mythos anyway. I'm not sure if there are any...
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Okay. Vaguely creepy. I don't see any lines. I do see, like, a stone monument of some kind. There's no way that's natural. Let's have a closer look, if I can. Yeah, vaguely creepy. Oh. Out here. So much pretty foliage. Pretty.
They were God-fearing people, those shepherds. There was no love in the relationship. Donnelly tells me that they had one Bible that was passed around in strict rotation. It was stolen by a visiting monk in 1776, 2 years before the island was abandoned altogether. In the interim, I wonder, did they assign chapter and verse to the stones and grasses, marking the geography with a superimposed significance, that they could actually walk the Bible and inhabit its contradiction.
Oh, that's a pretty big assumption. Where the hell did you get that idea from? I mean, I guess they're set up in a meaningful way. Don't understand what they mean. There's no writing on them. Maybe as they passed each stone, they recalled a verse from the Bible? Maybe? I guess that's what you're trying to say? Up and down and... Ooh! There's a boat in the distance. Let's go towards the boat. Boaty, 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 boat, boat, boat.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
What was that? Deeper in the cave? Let's go deeper in the cave. Let's go into the scary...
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why? Asked the farmers. Why? Asked Jacobson. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Okay... That'll creeped out. I don't know what that is, but that doesn't look safe. And that equation again. I guess it does mean something after all. Probably not an explosion at a Carter factory. What do they mean? I guess it's a tree. That's about all I can decipher from this. I'm not a literationally expert, so I don't understand your deep, meaningful symbols. I just know they kind of creep me out. I'm leaving the cave now. Leaving the cave. It's creepy. And there was whispering as well. I've never been as happy to hear seagulls ever. I guess I'm not heading out to that boat. I wonder if anybody washed up here. What would they have thought? Well, I guess they would have thought like me. What the hell were those symbols? What do the stones mean, if they mean anything? Maybe they mean nothing at all. I mean, it's only the writer who went like, oh, the stones, they mean the Bible. What? Really? The Bible? The stones mean the Bible. Well, I never thought that. Ooh, I love that! I love the water, like, carving this little niche in a rock, and how everything's smooth down here. That's you know, I like little details like that. It's really cool. I wonder who put up these chain-link fences. I mean, was the island still inhabited until, like, the 19th or 20th century? Or, in fact, about that lighthouse, if it was uninhabited, why is that lighthouse still going? So, obviously, there has to be somebody on the island. Well, now I'm creeping myself out.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired, too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Okay, vaguely creepy. Not even vaguely creepy at this point. Just plain creepy. Just plain creepy. And now we come to the standing stones. Where there'll be a monster behind this rock! That would have been so much more dramatic if my character could actually run. Wait, can my character run? I didn't try. Shift key! Shift key! Shift key! Shift key! Okay, that didn't work. Hello, more equations. Really wish I knew... Oh, it's a different one. It's, oxygen and nitrogen? That's pretty complicated for oxygen and nitrogen. Unless, of course, that's not an O and N. Those are... that's not an O and N, is it? Those are not actual letters in the human language. Maybe they are. Maybe they're letters not in English. Let's go with that. Let's not think about the fact there could be alien language in a chemical form, because that would be a bit creepy. Bit creepy. And I'm just gonna go over this way, just to look over the bay. Just to show, hey, I came all the way up here. I don't have to walk, get stuck down there anymore. Goodbye, cruel world! No, let's not do that. That's a way for the game to end, I guess. Maybe, but prefer to keep going. Ooh, look at that wind. That's so neat. A neat wind. Oh. I guess you might be John 3:16. For God so loved the world that Stone Cold Steve Austin owned your ass. I don't know Bible verses that well. I shouldn't have even tried to do that. Okay, well, keep going. Away from the stones. I'm just expecting something to pop out. I don't know. I don't know about you. I have a fear of monuments which just don't do anything. Just made of natural elements just standing out there. What do they mean? What does Stonehenge mean? What do they want? What were they worshipping building that there? I'm guessing they were building it to have, you know, sex with old ladies, because that's what happens when you build standing stones. Everybody gets naked and you have sex worship.